Welcome back to Abuchi TV, guys. So today I wanted to come on and talk to you guys about some passing drills you can do by yourself with nothing but some cones, a ball, and a wall. These are drills that I personally did when I was younger to help me improve at the center midfield position, and I just wanted to share you guys these drills so that you can also improve and help yourself get better without anybody else, just by yourself. So yeah, stay tuned. So the first drill is something that I did after my juggling routine. I would say it's also a drill that can help you warm up and get your legs ready for the session, but this is just something I used to do to help me get better at my technique, and that is just simple one-touch wall passing. Now, one-touch wall passing, as boring as it is actually very helpful. At the beginning of these drills, I will definitely try to slow these things down for you guys so that you guys can clearly see before I put it into live speed. So one-touch ball passing, it's not fun to do, but it helps you on your technique when you want to give a one-touch ball back to one of your teammates, especially in center midfield or any midfield position, really. There will be many times where you just don't have enough time to take a second touch, so you really just have to take one, and one is all you can do. In this drill, I use my right foot only first, just my right foot. That's really it, nothing more, because my right foot is my strong foot. It's very important that I perfect this at least with my strong foot. I need to perfect this, and as you can see, sometimes there are divots near the wall or around the wall that makes the ball bounce up. And now I go to my left foot. My left foot might take a little bit of time adjusting to the wall and how the ball bounces off of it, but once I get the rhythm of it, or once you get the rhythm of it, you'll see that it becomes a lot easier as time goes on. Sometimes you might make a mistake and the ball might not bounce how you expected it to, so you just have to try to adjust and react as quick as you can to keep the one-touch passing sequence going. And it can be frustrating at times because you may make a mistake more often than you think, but at the same time, this is what gets you better. If you can deal with these irregular passes off the wall, then trust me, you'll be able to deal with a ball that comes in from your teammate that might be a little bouncy, or if the field's kind of bouncy. And now I just go to alternating feet. This drill really works on whether the ball comes to your left foot or your right foot. You can easily adjust and focus on passing the ball back regardless of which foot it comes to. Sometimes in a match, a center back or another teammate might pass you a ball that probably just doesn't come to your strong foot, so you have to be able to use your weak foot at a moment's notice and release the ball as quick as you can. The wall obviously will give you an irregular bounce to work on your reaction time and keep you on your toes, which I feel like is one of the most beneficial parts of using a wall, because sometimes you just don't know how it's going to bounce, if it's going to bounce too short, if it's going to bobble, which can often replicate how different fields are, because some fields are going to be more bobbly than others. Some fields might be in perfect condition, but when I grew up playing, it was always just you just never knew how the field was going to be. So this really helped me. Now, as great as taking one touch might be, you should not and probably can't always just take one touch if you want to make the play develop properly. Sometimes you might need to take a second touch to wait for a runner to get past the line, or sometimes you might need to take a second touch for somebody to get back on side, whichever the case may be, or sometimes you just might have to take a second touch just to turn. So this next drill is really just two-touch passing off the wall. So for this drill, I like to place a cone right around my feet just so I can simulate taking a touch to the other side of the cone or to the other side of my body like I would in a game. It's pretty simple. I just pass off the wall, take a touch to the side of the cone, pass off the wall, and continue that sequence usually it would be until I just get tired, or if I get bored of doing it. This drill is really good just because oftentimes these are the touches you're going to have to take as a midfielder, or in any position really. You're always going to have to take a touch to the other side of your body just in case the defender's coming from one side and you need to shift the ball to the other side. Now for this next drill, it kind of combines two different distances together. I really just thought of this on my own because I realized your weight of pass is just as important as the pass itself. Obviously, if you pass it too hard, your teammate won't get to it. If you pass too soft, it'll get intercepted. So this drill really helped me work on my strength of pass. Now for this drill, it's a little bit harder to explain than the others. So I start by taking 3 short passes off the wall, and then on the 4th pass, I played a little bit harder so the ball comes all the way back to the second cone, and then I keep that sequence going as best as I can. Now this drill perfectly works on your weight of pass, because if you pass it too soft, the ball won't come all the way back. If you pass it too hard, you might not be able to control the ball in time to continue the sequence. Sometimes you might make a mistake and have to take a second touch when it comes to the back cone, but that's okay because, mistakes happen. I do this with my right foot, and then once I do enough with my right foot, I switch to my left foot. Now your left foot, you might need to take 2 touches on the back cone if you need to sometimes because it's your left foot. I understand, or most people understand that your weak foot, if it's your left, is not going to be as good as your right foot. And that's why we're practicing, because you want to make sure that at some point after all this practice, it becomes as good as your right foot. This drill is definitely a good drill. It's frustrating sometimes because of the wall and how the ball might come back to you, but it does work when you get it right. So now we've worked on 1-touch, very close range passing, 2-touch mid-range passing, both of these drills with both feet, and then we worked on a little bit of variation with the distances to work on our weight of pass. But now it's time to just wrap it all up and work on my extended mid-range or long-range passing. And this is what I did when I was younger. So these are drills that I did all of these drills. So I'm not gonna just show you drills that might take too much equipment that you might not have. I try to show you guys the most simple drills that you can do on your own with the most minimal equipment, because that's all I had when I was younger. So this next drill is just simple passing off the wall, really just working on your technique. Now for this drill, it's nothing fancy. I used to just work on my driven balls. I didn't learn how to drive a ball until I was about 14, so I really had to practice it to catch up to the rest of my teammates and the people around me, because I needed to learn this skill, because as a soccer player, let alone a midfielder, it's very, very important that you can drive a ball, because it comes in handy very often in the game. Now, to drive a ball, you want to try to hit right under the center of the ball to make sure it doesn't go too high, but also to make sure that it's hit very flat, so it doesn't have too much loop on it, and it doesn't go way too high, because if it goes way too high, then it's not going to give you the same effect or the same outcome. For this drill, it's important to just try to hit the center of the wall, or from wherever you're hitting the ball from, just straight in front of you. You want to try to hit it as much as you can, as many times as you can, with both feet. When I was younger, I couldn't use my left foot as much because the wall I was using was connected to my sister's room, and if I broke a window, my parents would kill me, so I couldn't use it that much. But now, with where I am now, I can use my left foot, my right foot, as much as I want, and work on just driving the ball and perfecting my technique as much as I possibly can. So there you have it, guys. Those are some simple passing drills you can do by yourself with nobody else whenever there's light outside, really. All you need is a wall, and that's pretty much it. You don't even need the cones that I used. I just used them to show you guys a reference. So I hope you guys enjoyed it and took something out of it that you can use by yourself, or show somebody you know that they can do to help themselves improve. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video and learned something, like and subscribe. It'll be greatly appreciated. And yeah, be easy.